Clock strikes midnight, fireworks light. For a moment it feels just right. Smiling faces, warm embraces, possibilities solid. It's the end of the year. Everywhere on TV, couples and Christmas trees, gift wrapping and cheer. Just the worst time to be without someone special.
Hey guys, hello, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adobe Okonkwo. On this channel, I make videos about productivity, lifestyle, building a career, and living my best life. If those are videos that interest you, then I highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss out on all the fun videos on my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys my goals for 2023. But first, before we get into anything, we're gonna have to celebrate this. So let me go and grab wine and I'll be right back. Let's pour some wine. Cheers to 2022, and I say this from the very bottom of my heart. I am so grateful for 2022. It was such a huge time to learn, do a lot of stuff. It was just an eventful year, and I'm so grateful to God for all the things that happened this year and for bringing us to this point. So cheers to that. This wine, by the way, is the Montage. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. And it's the sweet red wine, and it's my favorite wine ever. Right now, Target is doing like, I think 20% sales or 20% off on it. It used to be $11.99, but I bought like 2 bottles for $7.99 each at Target. So go get yours. Now let's get into it. Before I go into my goals for this year, I am going to be reflecting on my 2022 goals. So I did prepare a detailed, like something similar to this video, but my goals for 2022. So we're going to be going through them and seeing which ones we're able to accomplish and which ones we didn't accomplish, and then I'll show you guys my goals for the new year. Prior to now, I created my 2022 goals on my iPad notes, so that's the Apple product note app, and I think it's good. But I recently discovered Notion and I tried it out just a few days ago. That's what I used to create my 2023 goals, and I'm so excited to show you guys. So huge shout out to, I think it's Jules Across on YouTube. I basically just duplicated hers and just tweaked and adapted to what I really liked. That also reflected my person. So if you're interested in downloading the one I adapted from hers, I'm gonna put a link down below, a link to my Notion, so you can just duplicate it and make some changes. She also has like amazing free templates that are so nice, especially one for content creation. So I highly recommend you go check her out. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and reflect on our 2022 goals. In 2022, I basically called it 2022 goals for 2022. And then I divided it into 5 buckets. I have personal, YouTube, finance, academic, career, and businesses. So at the middle of the year this year, a couple of things changes, so I had to reprioritize. For example, I didn't have the second channel that I'm on, that you guys are seeing me on right now, but I now have it, and that wasn't accounted for here. But let's just go through and see the ones we're able to accomplish. For the personal bucket, I wanted to read 2 books every month. I wasn't able to read this every month, but what I was able to do, I read 1 book, fiction book. But if you're talking about educational books, and I've been reading that. But in terms of fictional books, which is what I meant by reading 2 books here, I read 2 books. So Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, Verity by Colleen Hoover. I highly recommend those books. The one I particularly enjoyed is Verity, and you guys have seen me talk about it in one of my monthly resets. Then go out at least once every month. I feel like this year was just a very busy year. That's because I was finishing my first year, entering my second year, so it was still a lot of work. But I think I tried to, like, my husband and I once in a while would go out. But personally, I'm not an outdoorsy person. I'm a serious homebody. I would rather just be at home, cuddled up in my couch, drinking a glass of wine and watching Netflix. Like, that's like hangout. That's self-care for me. I'm not a huge going out. Even the last time I went to a club, right, I got so tired, because before then it's been like several years, maybe like 5-6 years since I went to a club. So one day my husband and I went, and like within a couple of hours I was already tired and wanted to go home. So I don't think I'm an outdoor meal person, but I mean, I love brunches, so maybe that's what I'm going to try doing again this 2023. But I just realized that goal wasn't necessarily for me. Then call family and friends, check up on them on a weekly basis. I did that for the better most of this year, so I'm really proud of that. Still in good communication with a couple of my friends that I had at the very beginning of this year, so that's really good. I learn something new every month. I feel like every day I'm learning something new, so I definitely did that. So I'm just going to check that for myself. Then self-care every week. I did that for the first 6 months of this year, and then I think at that midpoint my bathtub spoiled, so I haven't been able to dip myself in the bathtub, do all of that nice fancy stuff I used to do. And let me tell you, that stuff really does help. Like, it just I cannot even describe it. When you, especially when you add like this Epsom salt, like the lavender one, really relaxes you. Like it's almost like it's pulling all those toxins and stress out of your body. Like, you definitely need to incorporate some bathtub bubble bath time for yourself. Like, it's a game changer. Then the next thing I wanted to be was to be a happy and healthier version of myself. This goal wasn't very clear, but I think I was a happy version of myself, but I wasn't a healthy person. This year, when I went for my internship, there wasn't a kitchen, so I was eating mostly eat out, junks, pizza, and it was horrible. I added so much weight that when I got back, the clothes I had in my wardrobe weren't fitting anymore. So going into the new year, I definitely want to be more healthy, and I'm very specific about the amount of weight that I want to lose and all of that stuff. So I have a plan, and I will talk about that when I'm talking about my 2023 goals. Then on YouTube, I wanted to hit 11,666 subscribers this year on my former channel. I didn't meet that. I'm currently at 7,010 on the old channel. Then brand deals this month, like the year. Sorry, when you see months, I actually meant the year. And I also wasn't able to do this. Most of the emails that I've been getting for brand partnership and all, I feel like they're not genuine. And so there was one that reached out to me about like medicine. I don't like brand sponsorship that requires me like taking medicine. I feel like you guys are trying to use me for experiments. So I always try to stay away from this kind of brand partnership. And then others are just like maybe Alibaba sellers reaching out to me, and those emails are not genuine. So I always avoid clicking anything. But for sure, I'd gotten like 2, but they were all medicine. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of like swallowing something and sponsoring that, especially if it's a brand sponsorship. So I would rather buy with my money and try it out myself. If it works, you know, that makes better sense than being used as an experiment. So that's just my thoughts. That might not be what's happening, but you know, perception is key. Now, I also wanted to gain 30. Okay. So I got it mixed up. I wanted to gain 30,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. Well, that did not happen. Definitely did not happen. Make $10,000 on YouTube. I wasn't able to make $5,000 on YouTube, even on my old channel. So that did not happen as well. Make 5K on collaboration. I don't even know why I added this, because at that point, I wasn't getting a lot of brand partnerships. So, you know, these were not very realistic goals at all. I also listed out like types of brands that I wanted to work with. I didn't get any. The 2 that I got were under the health category, and I didn't even have this on my list. In terms of saving, I wanted to save at least $1,200 this year. So that's $100 every month from allowance, buy $250 worth of stock and Bitcoin monthly. So I exceeded my saving by a huge amount, and that's because I went for my internship and I was getting paid. So I was able to put a lot of my savings, a lot of that money into my savings account. My plan for the upcoming year is to get an investment property once I get a job. So once I get a job, I start working, I would use my saving, and like that's the remaining year's salary that they would have paid me, a certain percentage towards getting my first investment property here in the US. I'm so excited and I'm looking forward to that. So I definitely exceeded my financial goals, so that's exciting. And then under academic, I wanted to maintain my scholarship. Baby girl did it. I am in such a good spot with my GPA that I'm not even worried. I have just 1 more semester and I'm done with my MBA, and I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for the scholarship, because MBA is expensive, especially at my school. So getting a full ride scholarship was just amazing, and I'm so grateful to God and to the school. I also got a GA role, which has been paying me, it's not a lot, and I think every month, depending on how many hours I do, I get between 200 to 400. But then this money always goes back to pay my credit. Like the minute it's coming in, I'm using it to pay off my credit card, because I would have used my credit card to buy stuff. So that's, I can't categorically say I have saved from that stuff. But going into the year, I want to be very strict about that. So every month, whatever I get paid, I want to save 50% of that, move it to my saving immediately. I just need to figure out a way to stop spending the whole money. So that's what I need to figure out. So that's why I said I'm going to be saving half of that, and then if I'm not able to pay all of the credit card that month, it's just that I don't like owing people or owing on my credit card, especially because if you pay late, your credit score goes down, and I hate seeing my credit score go down. I have a lot of husband time. My husband has been super busy with work, so we're both adults and we're both working and busy. So I'm looking forward to when I'm done with my MBA and we can hang out some more during a Dallas trip. And in terms of career, I wanted to do a PME certification. I honestly wanted to do this. I in fact reach out to them, but the certification is very expensive. It's like 2,000 something or 1,000 something if I'm not mistaken. So I wanted to use my Microsoft internship salary payment to do it, but I was like, I would rather wait and start working and then have my company pay for it. So that's why I didn't do it anymore, because I didn't want to pay for it from my pocket. Then the next thing was to AMA certification and membership. This I wasn't able to do as well. I think I might, honestly, I'm like anything that involves personal development, I'm leaving it to when I start working, so the company can pay for it, so I don't have to pay. This is about a total of $500 if I wanted to be a member and also take that exam. Approximately $500, and then you take the exam, become AMA certified. If you don't know what AMA means, it's American Marketing Association. It's synonymous to APCON back home in Nigeria, Advertisers Practitioners Council of Nigeria. It's just really good to just have that on your LinkedIn or resume. Super cool. And then secure a full-time offer. I did that. I already shared that with you guys. So more details coming on that soon. But I'm really grateful for the opportunity and just so excited. In terms of business, I wanted to make $500K from my lip gloss wholesale business. Unfortunately, my whole business, I think mid of this year, put on pause because I got extremely busy. And my sister who was managing it wasn't very serious with the whole management issue. Phone got lost, so logging into the account has been a nightmare. I changed my number, so logging into verifying those accounts has been impossible. So anytime I try to verify via Instagram, they tell me I don't look like the person on my page. I'm like, fuck that. So it's been so annoying, one issue to another. So right now, I don't have access to my hair page, my Nigerian lip gloss wholesale page because of that change of number. So it's been so annoying, and now I just guess I have to start fresh from the very beginning. So that has been pissing me off, but going on into the new year, I'm thinking of starting a new Instagram page because I can't be waiting or hoping. Nothing seems to be working, so I just have to create new pages, and it's so annoying. I wanted to make $5,000 from my May Beauty Pro. That's my makeup business. I wasn't keeping track of this, but I doubt I made up to $5,000. I probably made maybe 1,000, but for sure not 2,000. So really grateful for my side hustle. And in case you guys don't know, so I'm a full-time student. I do makeup, I do hair, and I do a lot of other stuff. That's basically all the goals that I had for 2022. Like I said, I didn't achieve all of them, but I think I was able to achieve like 80%, 90%. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming year. Now that we've reflected on our 2022 goals, this is the perfect time to pivot a little bit to 2023 and look at the goals. So this time I haven't really grouped them into buckets, so I'll do that when I'm doing my January monthly reset. But for now, I just want to go through all of the goals that I have for 2023. Starting off first, I'm going to be telling you what those goals are, and then I'll be showing you how I've set it up on my Notion. So let's go over my goals. And I haven't broken this down into buckets. And one thing you will notice that I've done is I have strategically selected just 12 because, of course, like I did this year, I had 22 goals. Those are just a lot. And I think the more you're able to narrow down the most important aspect of your life that you want to improve on, the more you're able to achieve your goals and the more they don't look like daunting or unachievable. So I'm going to be starting off with my first word, or my word for this year. My word for this year is just do it. And that might sound familiar. Yes, it is familiar. And that's because that's Nike's slogan, just do it, if you know the Nike brand. And the reason why this is my chosen word for this year is I want fear to have no place in my life. I want to be able to just do things without overthinking it. I'm a huge planner. I plan things to the T. I hate surprises, random surprises that weren't part of the plan. Like I like sticking to my plan and achieve what we said we're going to achieve. But sometimes in life, you shouldn't wait for things to be extremely perfect for you to go ahead and do things. Like the more scrappy you're able to get with things you want to do in your life, the more you're able to creatively creatively find ways to do them. So that's one thing. That's why I've chosen this slogan as my slogan for this year. Just do it. I want to be able to just do things without overthinking it. Like, yes, you want to think about it, but like, don't overthink it. If I want to go for a walk, why do I have to start rationalizing how it's snowing, what shoe should I wear, what clothes should I wear? Like, I should just dress up and just go and do it. And that's why I have chosen this. And I think it's a perfect slogan that kind of like fits with my current habits and attitude towards life. I highly encourage you to figure out a word that you want to use as your 2023 word. Now, with that said, my goals for 2023 are 12. And I did this deliberately, like I mentioned, because I don't want to have so many goals that it's very hard for me to track. So the first major goal that I have is to lose weight. Specifically, I want to lose 50 pounds by June 9, 2023. You might be wondering why that specific date. Well, June 9 is my birthday, and by then I would have graduated from my MBA school, my graduate school. So I want to be the best healthy version of myself. I want to be slimmer, lose all this belly fat weight that I have gained, and be able to wear really nice sexy clothes or sexy dress on my birthday. And that's why I have specifically targeted this. I have a video that details how you should how to set realistic goals and how to create a plan to help you achieve those. So for this, I have started working out already. I'm not waiting till the new year to start. So I have started working out and I have created a plan to be consistent. Every year I always have this on my goal, but this is the thing that I always never do on my goal or new year resolution list. So really excited to see how 2023 will pan out with this goal. The second goal I have is to complete my personal branding. This year I have been getting more into my career life, and because I used to be a beauty influencer, I used to do makeup and hair, but now that I'm going into the corporate world, being more career driven, I want my personal brand to reflect just that. Like, I want to be like a thought leader on LinkedIn for product marketing. I want to be a thought leader like on various platforms on product marketing. So that's what I need to like focus on. So for that, I'm trying to create like a whole plan, like create a website, offer some free ebooks, and I have a full-fledged plan. My husband has been encouraging me to finalize it, but I'm, like I said, as a perfectionist, I'm trying to take them one after the other and make sure that they are all fine. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to do it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to automate all the things that I need to achieve under my personal branding stuff, like things like website, the ebook that I want to create, and all of that stuff, and also create like a schedule for posting on LinkedIn, like articles. So really excited to see how this year takes me, where this year takes me, this upcoming year takes me. Then on YouTube, I want to be posting twice weekly. This year, I was extremely consistent with that. I mean, I missed maybe 1 or 2 days, but overall, looking at my past behavior and my past posting schedule, I'm really impressed with how much I was able to stick to this year. So it should be easy peasy. I actually even started with posting 3 times every week this year, and mid-year, I called it to twice weekly when I went for my internship, just because I didn't have time. So I feel like twice weekly is a really good schedule. Like, it gives me time to edit, film, so it's just a perfect schedule, and I think I'll be able to stick to it even with when I start working. So I want to reopen my small businesses. I already talked to you about it, that I currently had it on pause mid of this year just because of all the stuff that happened. So especially my lip gloss business, I feel like my lip gloss products are really, really, really good, and I've gotten really positive reviews. So I want to go back to that. Instead of launching a mesh or a t-shirt and all of that, I want to have like a beauty brand. That's my ultimate goal. Like, I want to eventually have a beauty supply store here. But of course, everything has to build to one another. I need to prioritize the most important thing. I also want to get monetized on YouTube on this channel. I am on 550 subscribers on this channel. I don't know how it's going to be possible. I also have 1,500 watch hours currently on this channel. So I am about 2,500. I need 2,500 to get monetized, and about 500 more new subscribers. Anything can happen this upcoming year, so I'm definitely keeping my options open. But I would love to be monetized this year. I think it's this upcoming year, and I think it's an attainable goal. Plus, that was kind of like the mark that I gave myself. Like, I'm going to do YouTube for 2 years and see where it takes me. And if it doesn't work out, then I know, I mean, I tried my best, right? So, but that's kind of like the timeline that I'm giving myself. So next year is going to be the second year, and hopefully, fingers crossed, things work out, because I will hate to give up on YouTube. And the reason why I'm strongly considering it is YouTube takes a lot of my time to sit down and film and edit. I'm such a huge perfectionist that everything has to be to the T. So when I'm not getting return on investment, I know you're not going to get it immediately, but to an extent, it then like demotivates me. Like, I could be spending that time on my actual job that is paying me and I'll be getting paid, but I really just love content creation. So that's why, yeah, I'm just torn. But like I said, I'm just giving myself of 2 years to see how it works out. Specifically next year, I'll be able to finalize if this is part that I really want to pursue or not. If you guys subscribe, join the family, help me get monetized, yeah, your girl is going to remain on YouTube. But if not, it is what it is. I also want to sponsor a vacation for my mom. So this has been something that I've always wanted to do. Yeah, I kind of like want to sponsor a trip for my mom. It could even be somewhere in Nigeria, but just somewhere away from the house, or to Ghana for her to just go and relax, because Nigeria can be stressful, and quite honestly, she deserves it. So I also want to pray more. I want to be more spiritual and more intentional with my prayers and meditation. So I want to get closer to God. And what I've said on here is to pray and study the Bible weekly, on a weekly basis. So at least once every week I should do that. I haven't been very consistent with it this year, but going into the new year, that's something that I definitely want to prioritize. Then self-cation. So what I mean by this is paying more attention to myself. This year has just been a lot of giving to people, like mentally, emotionally, like everything wise. And I don't think I've really paid attention to myself, like what do I really want? And I haven't really treated myself to anything. I'm prioritizing me moving into the new year, and I definitely want to do something nice for myself. Now, what that is, I don't yet know, but we'll figure it out once we get into the new year. Then I want to make new friends. So I'm not a huge friend person. Personally, I don't even like keeping friends, but I feel like it's always nice to have people around, or just have people in your circle. So my circle is currently very, very thin, very, very small. So I'm looking to make new good friends, because I made some horrible friends this year. So that is cancelled. Moving into the new year, I definitely want to make new friends that are genuine, that care about me and care about our friendship, and not just people who just want to take and take and take from you, which is so exhausting. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that happens. But if not, like I said, it's not a do or die affair. So then I also want to get LASIK eye surgery. I wanted to get that this year. Honestly, I knew I was going to get it this year because I was so scared about it. But just wearing glasses every day is so frustrating. So I would love to get my vision back, like get it really good next year. So I'm still doing a lot of research, but I'm for sure, I don't know, maybe not for sure, but I want to do it next year. So, and I'm waiting again to when I start working, because I can use my HSA, or is it FSA? Like I can, whatever company I'm going to be working for would pay for it. Like I don't want to pay for it out of my pocket because it's very expensive. It's like 4,500, like the whole treatment. I don't think I have that money to spend right now. At the end of this upcoming year, I want to be able to save $50,000. And the reason why I want to save that, I'm going to get a job. Yeah, obviously, because right now I'm doing graduate assistant, and that is not paying up to $500. So I definitely want to be able to save up to that next year. Right now, I think I see myself getting to that stage, because by the end of next year, at least I would have worked like 3 months or something in my new role. So I would have been able to save to an extent, which takes me to my last goal. I want to get my first investment property here in the US, and that's why I really want to save that money. It's not saving to spend or go on vacation. I want to save so I can use that as a deposit or down payment for my first investment property. I'll be so excited if I'm able to accomplish that. But like I said, I'm really excited about the upcoming year, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And moving into the new year, I want to do a better job of tracking all these things. So now that I've just said all the goals to you right now, I would love to show you what that looks like on my Notion board. Let's get started. Actually, let me just show you. It's not like, I'm not going to take time, I promise. I'll just show you what I have, and then we'll get. Okay, so on my Notion app, or my Notion dashboard, or whatever, I have my 2023 yearly plans and goals, and I just changed like the stuff that were there to mine. And then I also changed my word for 2023. This is my word for 2023. Just do it. I know it's more than a word, it's like a phrase, but yeah, that's what I'm having for this year. So then their status, one thing I did add was I like a checkbox, and I think that's why I'm particularly drawn to Microsoft OneNote, January, February, March, and then I have end of quarter review. So this would be sort of almost like my monthly stuff, where what were the things that went well this quarter, what did I learn, and then each of those months also has like specific goals. So I went to Canva, but first I went to Pinterest. When I got to Pinterest, I downloaded all the images that I wanted to have on my stuff. So I went to and I found pictures representing each of those goals. Like I want to lose weight, there's this nice girl with abs, there's the working out one, reopening my business, there's that. Create a folder and I put all the images in there. And then when I did that, I just put it on Canva and just kind of like duplicated I started putting those images together and started moving them around till I like them. So right now the colors are chaotic. So what I did was I exported it as a JPEG and then I went back and repasted it here, and now it's just a single image, and that way I was able to edit image and make it brighter, lighter. So you can do that, increase the saturation if you want, reduce it. So I wanted it to be more low tuned, like not showing a lot, so my icons on my background on my laptop can show.